Period Gauge Call. This is Thursday, February the 19th. My name is Jesse Reynolds. You see myself along with my beautiful wife, Beth, there on the screen. We are Diamond Leaders in Advocare, and this is something we've been doing for several months now to really help all the distributors on the team and those of you who are cross-line watching this as well, is help you really start off your pay period on the right foot. We want to help give you some gauges and some specific steps to be focusing on through the next 2 weeks that we work this pay period, because that which we focus on and measure increases. So if you're watching this, it should be at the TeamReynoldsChampions.com website on the pay period gauge tab. Right below it, you should be able to see the activity logbook. Go ahead and download that, print that off if you haven't done so already, because I'm just really going through it and trying to give you some things to focus on. The number one most important thing you need to know is what is your goal that you are working towards. So you want to have that filled in at the top of the page. Every pay period, you need your goals. For the pay period, you need your goals, bigger picture of what you're working towards. It has to be a specific dollar amount. It has to have an end date, and then it has to have a reason attached to it. So if you're on our team right now, the big thing I'm wanting everyone to be focusing on is where is your business going to be at National Success School in August. A very reasonable goal that anyone could set if you're willing to put the work in is to be at the Ruby Pin level by August National Success School. That is 6 whole months away. Again, many of you may have different goals and different timelines, but that is something that I would really encourage you to think about. What would your life look like if you worked with focus the next 6 months and you looked up and you had a Ruby paycheck to show for it? How drastically would that change things in your family's household finances? And so a really important thing is you just got to know what you want. And so take a couple minutes and write out this list of the things that you want that you do not have and the things that you have but you no longer want in your life. And get specific and get creative and just list as many things as you can. I'm sitting in my office right now and I have that list printed off on my whiteboard here just over my shoulder. Because if you don't know what you want, then there's a very strong likelihood that you'll never get it. So start there with figuring out what it is that you want, that you're working towards. Again, have your goals written down right there at the top of the next page of the pay period tracker. You have to know where you're going and why you're going there. But so you want to have your goals by the Tuesday pay period close. Important gauges. If you're looking to build your business, important gauges are multiple frontline recruits every period, having $3,000 or more of PGV. Maybe they're tied to a paycheck. I know a lot of people have got very specific financial goals, and whether you're making $3,000 a month as silver or $3,000 a month as a 3-star gold doesn't really matter. What matters is the $3,000 a month, right? You're most focused on the income and the paycheck. So what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're working towards? Have it broken down, override, star legs, all sorts of things like that, and success goal numbers. So the thing with these numbers, though, if you want to consistently see your business grow, you need to have 2 or 3 more frontline distributors every pay period, and you want to be having $3,000 or more of PGV every pay period, because that creates some momentum and some consistency. Beth and I, when I share the story all the time because it was so monumental and game changing for us. When we got started with Advocare, it was back in November of 2007. And we had some success, but we were just kind of stuck and not where we wanted to be. So going into the beginning of 2011, after we'd been in for more than 3 years, we said, you know what, we're ready for breakthrough. We're going to get into massive action. What we did for the next 6 months is we averaged $4,500 of PGV every period, and we averaged 4 new distributors per pay period for 6 straight months. What that did was that created some massive action. That created some momentum, and that gave us a block of business to work with. And what happened is that led to our largest leg still to date, and that really set the pace for our business where we broke through. In 2010, we only earned about $27,000 with Advocare. And then it jumped to $52,000 in 2011, $84,000 in 2012, $196,000 in 2013. Last year was $405,000. Everything can go back to what happened in that first half of 2011 when we focus on these things. But so the other important thing is you'll see there's your Tuesday pay period close goals. You got to know when the date is, and so that is I believe it's March the 3rd is the close of the next pay period. But then you want to have midway goals. So you want to be on track, because if your goal is $3,000 of PGV by Tuesday the 3rd, well, when you look up next Wednesday, that's just 6 days from now, if you only have $200 of PGV up, clearly you are not doing something right to get where you want to be. And you need to not adjust the goal, but you need to adjust the effort and the areas that you're focusing in order to accomplish the goal. The goal remains the same, the tactic changes. And so those midway pay period goals, they give you a great checkup to make sure you're on track. And again, in terms of those goals of August, make sure that you're filling in your block of 3 that you've got there on the screen. If you can get 3 names of 3 business builders locked in there, help them get to advisor and help them start doing the fundamentals of AdvoCare, just 3 people's all that standing between you and your Ruby pin. Make sure you know how to work the pay period calendar. So the first day of every pay period, we always have the Team Reynolds pay period kickoff call. Then on the second day of every pay period, we have this pay period gauge call we're doing right now. But so we look forward here just 2 more days. We've got a basic training webinar with one of the Diamond distributorships from Danny and Diane McDaniel's team. Make sure that you get yourself and your team plugged into that training webinar if there's not a live one going on in your town that day. Then this coming Sunday, which is 4 days from now, 3 days from now. This coming Sunday, which is 3 days from now, the 22nd, there's a live business presentation call. The URLs, the addresses for these events are the same every single pay period. Make sure you get yourself and your team and your prospects plugged into them, because these are impending events every single pay period. The most important thing that you need to learn in this business is to get yourself and your yourself and your team and your to impending events. Make sure, if you want a healthy evaluation of where your business is really at, print off this DMO checklist and simply just fill it in every day. Do this for a week. Here's my challenge for you. Today's Thursday, so fill this in starting Thursday through next Wednesday, and just give yourself an honest evaluation, a checkup. How many points can you rack up in 1 week's time? Once Wednesday hits, take this sheet and send it to your leader and ask them what they see. That's all I'm looking to do. Just have you track this and fill it in for a week, and then give it to your leader and ask them what they see, what advice they give you. Because what I know to be true is the numbers will never lie, and it's going to give you a great evaluation of where your business is at, and your leaders will probably be able to give you some great perspective of where you need to make some adjustments. And then here's my challenge for you also. Take this frontline recruiting tracker. This business is all about us bringing new prospects through the success system. Can you take 30 names of people, or 25 names of people, and bring them through the success system by the spring, by the end of spring, beginning of summer, by May? Can you bring 25 people through? That's really only about 5 people. I think it's only 3 people a week if you do that to get it done by May. And if you want to see massive action, do it by April. Just move it up a month like that, right? So the more people you bring through the success system quicker, the more growth you're going to see in your business. And understand, see how there's multiple exposures on there? Most people need more than 1 contact before they make a decision to get started. Here's a really simple action step. Schedule a mixer. Don't wait for somebody else to host one. You go ahead, you go ahead and get one on the books for yourself. Don't try and feel people out of when they'll come. You set the mixer when works for you, and then you just put the work and time into inviting people out to it. When Beth and I got started 7 years ago, we committed. We did a mixer every other Thursday. When we got just a little bit of momentum, I mean a little bit of momentum, I mean 2 or 3 people coming, we then upped it to every Thursday. And it took a long time to really get some serious momentum going. I mean several years. But the thing that always held true is we stayed consistent. We always did the mixer, and we just worked every week on inviting people to that live and pending event. And here's one last thing I want to encourage everybody to add to your goals and your focus at this exact point in time, and that is Leadership School. Leadership School, they just released the details yesterday. It is April 24th and 25th in Frisco, Texas, which is just outside of Dallas. If you want to see growth in your business, you need to be at Leadership School, okay? So if you, in order to earn an invitation, all you have to do is qualify silver 1 time since the beginning of the year up through April 21st. So if you've already qualified silver 1 time this year, go get your Leadership School tickets. They're only $69. Get that locked in now and worry about getting the details and planes and those things. But understand, it's an investment in your future. It's an investment in your business. It is not a cost. It is an investment. It will pay for itself multiple times over if you get yourself in the room. And then the second thing is, if you are not yet silver, commit and work with focus and intentionality to get to the silver qualification before April 21st, so that you can earn an invitation and get yourself in the room. Now you see Leadership School is April 24th, so work with urgency. If it takes you till the 21st, that's fine. Still get in the room, but why not just go and get that knocked out in the next pay period or two? Get your silver qualification down. Make sure you're an advisor if you're not already an advisor. Help people on your team get to advisor. Earn your silver qualification and get in the room for leadership school. Because what if you got in the room and you learned and saw and experienced the things that you need to, and everything changed in your business and your family's finances? Would it be worth it? So with that, you guys are champions. Appreciate you joining us today for the Pay Per Gauge call. Let's go out there and let's get to work.